Okay, so in this tutorial we are going to review consecutive integers. So integers we've talked about are numbers that you would find on a number line, so like -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3. Consecutive simply means in order. So as it says on our notes from September 12th, consecutive integers are integers in counting order such as 4, 5, and 6, or n, n plus 1, n plus 2. So just to help, I'm going to make a list of numbers. So we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And remember, it goes on infinitely. So 1, 2, 3, 4 are 4 consecutive integers. If I have a problem that says, write the equation for the following problem, and then solve. And the problem says, so write the equation and solve as well. All right. Find 3 consecutive integers with a sum of 21. So for a problem like this, we just want 3. So we want 1, 2, 3 consecutive integers with a sum. So that means we're going to add these 3 things together, and we want it to equal 21. So that's how I came up with the basic foundation for my equation. Now I want 3 consecutive numbers. I don't know what this is. I need to write the equation. So we need to generalize it. I could say, okay, the first number is going to be called x. So if my first number is x, in order to be consecutive, my next number has to be 1 more than x. For example, if my number was 5, how would I get to the next number, which is 6? I have to add 1. So this is going to be whatever the original number is plus 1. Then, for my next consecutive number, I need to add how much? Well, remember, I'm going from x. All of this needs to be in terms of the same variable. So if I'm starting from x, in order to be consecutive, I have to add 2. Okay, so if I'm generalizing it and I have x, the next consecutive number will be 1 more than x. The third consecutive number will be x plus 2. So this is our equation. Now we need to solve. So if we're solving, what's x plus x plus x? Because we need to combine like terms. So x plus x plus x is 3x. What's 1 plus 2? 3. So we have 3x plus 3 equals 21. Then we can just subtract 3 from both sides. So 3x equals, what, 18? And then we need to divide both sides by 3. 18 divided by 3 is 6. So that means 6 is our first number. That is our x. So if the question is saying find 3 consecutive integers, our 3 consecutive integers will be 6, 7, and 8. Okay? We could check to make sure we're right by substituting in 6 for x. But for this video, I'm not going to do that. Okay, so in our notes, we did a problem that's a little bit more difficult. We had a problem that was similar to this one. So I could have a problem that says find 3 consecutive odd integers with a sum of 57. So if I'm going to start setting up my problem, I'm going to need 1, 2, 3 consecutive numbers. Let's ignore the odd thing. It's going to be a sum, so we're going to add them. And when we add them together, we get 57. So we have 57 over here. Okay. Now the issue is, what are these 3 things going to be? It's going to start off similar to what we did up here and how we had an x value. Since this is a different problem, let's just call it n for number. Okay, so now we need to focus on the odd part. How can we make sure that all of these are odd? So what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to erase, or do my best to erase, what we did up here. And I'm going to write a number line so we can do examples. Kind of like what we did earlier. So if I have a number line like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's just go to 9, but remember it keeps going. Okay. My odd numbers are 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9. Okay. Let's list 3 consecutive odd numbers. We could have 1, 3, 5. We could have 3, 5, 7. We could have 7. Oh, sorry, I wanted to start with 5. Pardon me. We could have 5, 7, 9. So hopefully you agree that each of these are examples of 3 consecutive odd integers. Now, do you notice a pattern? So how do I go from 1 to 3? I add 1. How do I go from, oh sorry, we don't add 1, JK. How do I go from 1 to 3? We add 2. How do I go from 1 to 5? We add 4. How do I go from 3 to 5? We add 2. 3 to 7, we add 4. Similarly, how do we go from 5 to 7? Add 2. How do we go from 5 to 9? We add 4. So looking at this pattern, we can confirm, okay, if I have n as my first odd integer, for my second odd integer, I need n plus 2. And then for my third consecutive odd integer, I need n plus 4. Okay, so then going back to our problem, that is why if this is n and we want odd integers, our next consecutive odd number must be n plus 2, and our third consecutive number must be n plus 4. And now all we need to do is solve. So n plus n plus n is going to be 3n. 2 plus 4 is 6. So combining like terms, we have 3n plus 6, and we're just going to bring down our 57. Now what we need to do is 57 minus 6, because I want to get rid of the 6 on both sides. So I get 3n, 57 minus 6 is 51. And finally, I want to get n by itself, so I'm going to divide both sides by 3. So 51 divided by 3 is 17. So our first odd integer will be 17. So 3 consecutive will be 17, 19, 21. Now, I guess I can check to show that we're right for this one. So if we were going to check, remember we would just substitute. So we've got 17 plus 17 plus 2 plus 17 plus 4 equals 57. Well, hopefully it does. So then I'm going to simplify. Well, we just add from left to right. So 17 plus 17 is 34, plus 2 plus 17 plus 4. You could do all of this in one step or in your calculator. For the video, I'll show all of it. So then we do 34 plus 2, which is 36. So we have 36 plus 17 plus 4. 36 plus 17 is 53. And 53 plus 4 is 57. So we just confirmed, yay, check, we are correct. Okay. So hopefully this helps you with some of your problems. If you have any questions, as always, you can come talk to me after school or shoot me an email and plan a different time. Best of luck.